Hi, today I'm looking at the DJI Neo as a running tool. It's a small autonomous drone. Bought it myself off DJI's website on Thursday, arrived yesterday. So they certainly haven't asked me to do any kind of review or anything of that nature. I got the combo set, which I'll put the picture up now, and I've taken it for a couple of test flights this morning while my wife was doing park run, and I'll put the films up. All films I put up from the drone today will be unedited in terms of no adjustment of colour or light or anything like that. I might trim them at either end. But yes, so today I've got some 100 repeats around the track, and I'm going to test out the follow mode and the direction mode, which is effectively the to the front or to the side of you mode, and you can do various heights, various distance, those kind of bits and pieces. I'm not planning on testing any of the other modes because I don't really think it's that relevant for a track runner, but there's plenty of reviews online. If you're looking at this video, you're clearly thinking about getting a Neo, I suspect. I'd strongly recommend looking at the Always Another Adventure review, the guy in Scotland who does a lot of cycling and running up there, and DC Rainmaker's video of him testing it on the bike and on the run. Also really useful, especially if you're going to do a lot of trail running and stuff like that. But yeah, I've used the Hover Air X1 historically. We're going to give this one a try, as it's got a 4K camera, which is a big improvement on the Hover Air X1. And I'll put the clips up now with a little note at the bottom of each one as to which setting I'm using. If you've got any comments, please feel free to leave them, or questions. And I'll talk at the end of the session today around how I think you might find this useful as a training tool if you train for track or even off track, to be quite honest. Okay, final bit, just about to get going. So I'll be looking to do around 15-16 seconds per 100 meters with around a 1.5 minute recovery. That will give me an opportunity to change the settings on the drone within the phone app. So on top of the drone itself, there's a little button at the front there, you can see, and you can cycle through the 6 different options in terms of what you want to use. But if you want to change things like distance, height, those kind of bits and pieces, then you need to do that in the app. The beauty of the app is actually quite clever, because you can actually use that, you can actually see the camera as well and see what it's going to be filming and those kind of things. So I'll be taking that with me on the 100s, which is not optimal, but so there'll be no kneeling starts, it'll all be standing starts, but hopefully it should be interesting. Okay, so we're 9 in to the 16 reps. I think you saw from the previous clips of film, follow seems to work fine. Different heights. The direction track, where you can put it off to your side or in front of you, no good if you're going to be doing anything with pace. I wasn't particularly starting fast, but I had the same issue with the Hover Air X1. It messes with its head, and it just either stays where it is or kind of fumbles around behind you. So 2 of those, it stayed at the start. 1, it kind of tagged on behind me and chased me up the track, but yeah, hopefully future firmware updates, they'll get that sorted. But yeah, just putting my spikes on now. Got 7 more to do, so I'll do a few follows up and down the same lane, tag them on the end here just for you to have a look at the quality of the film. I'll catch up with you in about 15 minutes. Okay, all done. 17 reps in the end, so those last 8 were just up and down, the back straight. And you'll see from the clips that even in follow mode, it can struggle to keep up on occasion, which is disappointing. Look, I'm no Noah Lyles, I can assure you. And the Hover Air X1, been out for a couple of years, plenty of firmware updates. That's never lost me on a follow. So yeah, good test. Hopefully those clips you'll find useful and interesting. If you're at DJI headquarters as well looking at this, I love the Neo, love the aesthetics, I love the app, but yeah, the firmware needs tweaking, I think, but you're going to get the same feedback from lots of people, I'm sure. Good test, still a useful tool. I still got plenty of clips, follow clips out of that to make sure my form is okay. I changed the battery after the first 11, first 10. I had about one light left, so I thought I can't be asked to stop again, so I swapped the battery over. I mean, in terms of what you get in the box, bang for buck, a lot more with DJI than you do with the Hover Air X1. 3 batteries, charger, the remote control unit, which I'm unlikely to use with my mobile phone, but a lot of people will. So it's got an awful lot going for it, but I would say the firmware at the moment needs tweaking and developing, but I think it's just been released, so it's to be expected. Anyway, final thoughts. As a track runner, what would I use that for? I've already talked about looking at your form, and I'm sure if you were running slower, the direction track where it's in front of you or to the side of you would probably be more effective and work. Certainly for sprinting or speed work, looking at your form from behind is fine. If you've got a niggle and you've been to the physio and the physio says, can you send me a film of you running? It's a perfect tool for something like that. If you're a coach, it's a lot easier, I would have thought, to film someone's running form with a little drone like that than standing at the side of the track all the time. So yeah, there's a multitude of uses. I've used it training. I've used the Hover Air X1 training with my track club on a Thursday, and it's good fun. So if anything, it's just good fun, and I'd recommend getting one. Anyway, that's me done. Home for a late lunch, finish off my chocolate milkshake, and I will see you again soon, hopefully. Bye for now.